Complete sports coverage starts now on Montana's news station.
Welcome back. Now, for most teams, a trip to the #1 seeded Appalachian State in the quarterfinals of the Division I AA playoffs wouldn't be ideal. But for the Bobcats, they see this as the best thing for them. The Bobcats boast an away record of 4-1, and it took this dominating win last week at home to put the team over the 500 mark with a 4-3 home record at Bobcat Stadium. Simply put, the Cats are better on the road. Coach Kramer knows this and is more than happy to play down in Boone, North Carolina.
It's actually a huge positive for us to be on the road. The way we feel about each other, how well we travel together, how patient we are when we travel, and certainly the fact is that we don't panic or get upset by circumstances beyond our control is indicative of how well we have played. We'll play better this Saturday than we could in almost any other situation because we are on the road.
The Bobcats will play this Saturday at 2 p.m. on the East Coast. The game will be televised live on ESPN2. And turning to the Grizz, we take a look at their opponent for this Saturday. In 3 seasons, Southern Illinois' running back Archie Whitlock has rushed for over 4,000 yards and 47 touchdowns. Looking at some tape, it's clear Whitlock is one of the premier backs in the country, and the Salukis execute their game very well. He has the speed to bounce outside, but he's not afraid to rough some people up between the tackles. This is going to be a great test for the Grizz D.
He's a dynamic running back. He's got the size and the speed and the ability to move around and to make people miss, and good eyes.
It'll be tough. Obviously, we've got to get ready for the run first, and I think we've got to play that first, and hopefully we can force them to the pass. And I think we'd rather have them do that than have Whitlock touch the ball 40 times a game.
The Grizz game is being played in Missoula at 12:30 this Saturday. Live coverage of that game is going to be shown right here on Montana's news station. And turning to basketball, the Butte Daredevils are putting the final touches on their game planning for the season opener tomorrow. The team is down to 10 players, but Coach told Montana's news station a couple more moves may be made just hours before game time. Regardless, Coach Carson knows all the hard work put in over the camp will pay off come game time tomorrow.
Definitely, 2.5 weeks. We've gone hard. Our guys have done a great job. We've practiced extremely hard every day. They came to work, and I'm very pleased with that. But you can only beat up against yourself so many times. So they're looking forward to playing somebody else, and it's time.
It's a later tip-off tomorrow at the Butte Civic Center at 8:30 p.m., but the wait may be worth it to see a professional team suit up with the red and blue Butte displayed on the team jerseys. And let's get you caught up on some of the other basketball games being played tonight. The Lady Grizz will host a strong Wyoming Cowgirls team tonight in Missoula, game time set for 7 p.m., while the Lady Cats are on the road to face Pac-10 opponent Washington State. That game being played in Pullman at 8 p.m. And while the Frontier Conference football has come to an end this season, awards were still to be given out. 2 Helena athletes won Player of the Year awards. Tech's J.J. Perino took home the defensive honors, 17.5 sacks on the season for a school record, while Northern QB Kyle Sampson took home the hardware for offense. There were co-coaches of the year awards given to Carroll's Mike Van Diest and Northern's Mark Sampson. 6 Diggers in all made the all-conference team. Carroll had 8. Butte native Jake Larson was the lone Western player to make that team. And the AA All-State team was released today for football as well. Highlighting the selection was Bozeman Jays Weisner, along with defensive teammate Andrew Lopez at safety. Casey Dennehy and Nick Haynes were both All-State first-teamers for Butte High. There were 8 players from Butte and 5 from Bozeman that made the second team or honorable mentions as well. And one last note, wrestling gets kicked off tomorrow. Flathead will visit Butte for a dual meet starting at 2 p.m. That does it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.